Hello and welcome back to my channel, Sunshine the Runner. So today we are doing a book on haul. It is long overdue. So when I put up these new shelves when I moved, I actually put books aside because I looked and said, you know what, these need to be unhauled. Am I going to read them again? No. Honest truth, no. But you know, it's for various different reasons. I have 13 here. Yes, 13. I have 13 here that I'm unhauling. I'm worried that's gonna fall over. I have 13 that I'm unhauling today. Like I said, various different reasons. I'm not gonna go through full synopsises, and it's gonna be quick, giving my reasons why, otherwise it's gonna be like a long video. So let's just get into it. The first one is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I didn't enjoy this too much. I read this like last autumn, I think October. I remember giving it like 3 stars, but in all honesty now, I think that was more because I knew that it's one of those books, you know, that people just love, like dark academia, and they just love it, and I didn't. I think it's more like a 2.5, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's one reason, is that I find it quite pretentious. Didn't really like the characters. I probably should have DNF'd it, but I didn't. I kind of wanted to keep going. Yeah, not a fan basically. The other reason is that I bought this secondhand off, I think it was Abe Books, and it said like it was like in very good condition, but I mean, look at this. Like, does this look like very good condition to you? Like, it's like peeling away. I did complain at the time. So yeah, it's not exactly a great copy that I want to keep, you know? Yeah, I'm never gonna read it again, so. And yeah, I can pass some of these books on to people who want to read them, you know, get them at the charity shop, because that's where these are going. Give back to the reading community. The next one, which, first of all, I just love the fact that this is floppy, but I know I'm never going to read it again. And that is The Circle, and that's by Dave Eggers. I did enjoy this. I think I gave it a 3 or 3.5. I can't remember. I read it last year. I enjoyed it, but in all honesty, I don't think I'm going to pick it up again. This one, in case you don't know, there's also actually a film on Netflix as well. It stars Emma Watson. Essentially, there's just like this company, The Circle, and our main character, who is May, she starts to work for The Circle, and she starts to like kind of build herself up. It's like this massive internet company, and essentially everything in your whole entire life is linked through this one account that you have. So like all your credit cards, bank account, all your socials, like everything is linked, which is kind of like, it's scary, you know, because like this could actually happen, having like essentially handing over all of your information to like this huge massive internet company, and like everything's run through there. It's slightly scary. Could come true. So yeah, and like it's like really weird. Like they have this whole campus. People live on the campus who work there. A strange encounter with a colleague leaves her shaken, even as her role at Circle becomes increasingly public. And what begins as a captivating story of one woman's ambition and idealism soon becomes a heart-racing novel of suspense, raising questions about memory, history, privacy, democracy, and the limits of human knowledge. And yeah, it does explore various different topics and important things, I'd say, but honestly, I enjoyed it, but I'm not going to pick up again, so off to the charity shop it goes. Then again, it's another one I read last year, and that is The Underground Railroad, and that's by Colston Whitehead. I did enjoy this. I read this like June last year. It was very timely when I was reading it. It took me a while to get through it, but I was just getting back into my reading after a huge massive slump. It's a good novel. I recommend it if you haven't picked it up. And yes, it's set during slavery in America, and it is set in the South. The Underground Railroad was how slaves got from the South to escape to the free North, and this follows a few different characters. on that journey. So there's Cora, and yeah, she was in Georgia on a plantation, and she escapes with Caesar, also not from the same plantation, but he actually had come from Virginia, from a different plantation. And he's the one who tells her about the Underground Railroad. And yes, they take this journey together to escape to the north, to be free. Which, you know, that happened. The Underground Railroad was a real thing. So the Underground Railroad actually takes a physical form in the novel, which wasn't the case in real life. So yeah, it has like this little like cart thing, and you actually have like scenes of them like going underground on this little cart being transported, which I thought it was a fun concept of how to represent it in that physical format. So yeah, it's like, it's a dangerous journey, and that is that journey to try and get to freedom. And yes, Cora does start, gets, so whenever a slave escapes, obviously they put bounties out, etc., and people go like hunting for them, etc. So with Cora, the man, the hunter who actually ends up picking up the job, actually had been looking for her mother like years before her mother escaped, and she eluded him, and he's kind of after her. He wants to get her, and yeah, it's a really great story. It's one you should read. I really enjoyed it, and I definitely want to find out, find other books and novels about the Underground Railroad. So if you have any other recommendations, please let me know. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and I want to take it to a charity shop, and hopefully someone else will pick it up and get the same sort of enjoyment that I did, because it was beautifully written, and I want to pick up more of Colson Whitehead's books. I know I said I wasn't going to speak about them this much, but I keep speaking. Again, another one from last year, and that is The Water Queue by Sophie Mackintosh. I did not like this book. Did not like this. This was a 2-star, and I pushed my way through it. Again, it was when I was coming out of that reading slump. It was like a little bit before the Underground Railroad, and I didn't like it. And yeah, so you have like 3 sisters who live in an abandoned hotel on a sun-bleached island beside a poisonous sea. The parents raised them there to keep them safe, to make them good. The world beyond the water is contaminated, and the men are the contamination. But one day, 3 strangers wash up ashore, men who stare at the sisters hungrily, helplessly, and men who bring trouble. And that premise sounded really promising, and yeah, just it wasn't it for me. 2 stars, off to the charity shop. Hopefully someone else likes it and enjoys it. Then I have The Power. Actually, this is another one I read last year. I was thinking, so yeah, a lot of these books I read last year, because I think I started reading more last year. That's when I really got out of my slump. And yeah, I mean, I don't have space on my shelves for books that I don't think I'll ever pick up again, you know? So anyway, the next one I picked up was The Power. Didn't really enjoy this one either, but I liked it more than The Water Cure, definitely, that's for sure. And this is by Naomi Alderman. Again, great promising premise, and I just feel like it didn't deliver. It didn't deliver for me, and it just felt like, so yeah, all over the world, women are discovering they have the power. With a flick of their fingers, they can inflict terrible pain, even death. Suddenly, every man on the planet finds they've lost control. The day of the girls has arrived, but where will it end? Promising premise, really, really promising premise. And yeah, I mean, it has a quote on there by Margaret Atwood, and I thought, oh great. I was thinking great dystopian, but it wasn't for me. At least I didn't live up to it. It wasn't that great for me. I expected more from that, and it just wasn't it. Charity shop. And then the next one is This Is Going to Hurt, and Secret Diaries of a Junior Doctor by Adam Kay. This novel, I really enjoyed it. It was really funny, except from a little bit at the end. It wasn't like the humorous bit so much at the end. It just changed slightly there, and it's just got to do with why he ended up coming out, stopped being a doctor at that point. But yeah, this is diaries from when he was a junior doctor, when he was going through his training. And yeah, it's funny, hilarious, the stories that he has in this. I did really enjoy it. When I was reading this, and this is when I was first kind of starting to get into audiobooks last year, I did borrow the audiobook from the library, which he reads himself, and I did find that I ended up listening to a lot of the audiobook when I was like doing other things, and yeah, I don't think I needed a physical copy. So if I did decide to ever read this again, I'm just going to borrow the audiobook. He reads it, it's hilarious, it's funny, and yeah, if you haven't picked it up, do. I don't rate memoirs. I feel like I'm judging somebody's personal story, but yeah, it's funny if you want a good laugh. Like I said, it's not all laughs, there is a little bit that isn't, but pick up, it's great. And then the next one is Bridget Jones' Diary, and that's by Helen Fielding. This, first of all, isn't a great cover. I remember I bought this like years ago at the works, and I've read Bridget Jones' Diary I think a couple of times. I really like it. I enjoy the films. I do enjoy it. It's a funny book. It's a great read, but I don't see myself rereading it. I think I'm more likely to watch the film again, just to have that comfort, kind of cozy, like rom-com vibes. Because there's so many like new books out there on the market, and like I said, I've read this a couple of times, and yeah, I don't see myself picking it up again, even though I think on like my Goodreads it said I give it 5-star, I think last time I read it, and yeah, this is really fun, but I can pick up other fun books and I can enjoy the film. Next one is Entoment, and that's by Ian McEwan, and I read this very recently in July, and it's been sat on my shelf for years, guys, it was years. I did look in, it's a movie cover edition, and I bought this new, so it's around about when the movie came out, so over 10 years. Anyway, I finally got to it. I read it, I gave it like a 3 stars. I found that first half of the book was just dragged on for me. The film, that section was done much quicker. I felt like I probably expected more from this. I've watched the film a few times and I kind of had that in my head of how it was laid out. It is still a good read, but I'm never going to pick it up again. Then I have Into the Water, and this is by Paula Hawkins. So this was some of the books I got sent down from my parents in Scotland. When I packed them up, I did look at this one and think, oh, should I keep it or should I unhaul it? I decided to keep it, and when I was unpacking here, I was like, am I going to read it again? No. So this one, as you can see, hardback, which is also kind of part of the reason why I want to keep it, because I don't have that many hardbacks, so part of me was just like, oh, wouldn't that just look like so nice on my shelves, but it's going to take up space of another book, you know. So yes, I remember I pre-ordered this and everything because I read Girl on the Train like the year before or something, and absolutely loved it, and I needed to reread of Girl on the Train. Absolutely loved that thriller, and when, you know, I saw that she was coming out a second one, I was like, great, pre-order. And I think because I loved Girl on the Train so much, I wanted that same feeling, and I didn't get that from this. I think potentially I gave this like a 3-star at the time. I can't really remember all of my feelings, but I think in my head I'd like hyped this up so much because of Girl on the Train, and I was expecting to have that same feeling, which I didn't. And so I am unhauling it because yeah, I don't have time to reread okay thrillers, you know. It's maybe better than I think it is in my head, but I just had those expectations, so it didn't live up to it. Then we have Killing It, and this is by Asa McKay. I got this in a Works deal, you know, the 3 for £5, whatever it is. If you're not from the UK, like, they do great book deals. You can find some gems. This one, I remember I read it when I was on holiday. I think it was when I was like in Malta that time. And yeah, it was fun. It was a fun holiday read, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed myself while I was like by the beach. Great fun. So yeah, every working mum has had to face it. The guilt-fueled, anxiety-filled first day back in the office after maternity leave. But this working mum is one of a kind. She'll have it all, or she'll die trying. And yes, she'll damn well be home for bath time. Mother, assassin, failure is not an option. So yeah, I can't remember if it is the government she works for, but she's like, yeah, she's an assassin, like spy, etc. But she's also trying to, you know, she's a mother now, and she's like trying to do both. And yeah, it was really fun and enjoyable. beach holiday read, so I recommend it for that. But again, I'm not going to pick it up again. I enjoyed myself when I did read it, but yes, off to charity shop, and hopefully someone else can have just as much fun. The next three are Christmas books. So yeah, I will be dropping them off at the charity shop. They'll probably like bring them out closer to Christmas, I assume, and sell them. So these were ones that I read in like, I did a 24-hour Christmas reading vlog. I can leave the links if you want to go and watch it. I had fun doing that little vlog, and yeah, so these are the three books that I picked up. I don't know if I finished this one while I was reading. I did that, I can't remember. So yeah, we have Christmas Island by Jenny Colgan. I enjoyed it, it was fun. I definitely want to read the other ones in the series. It was fun, but yeah, I'm not gonna pick up again. Then I read Sarah Morgan's A Wedding in December, which I enjoyed more, I think, than A Christmas Island. It was great, it was fun, enjoyable. But yeah, I mean, Christmas comes around once a year, and whilst I enjoyed it, Christmas is such a short period of time that if I'm going to read a Christmas book, I want it to be a new one, new Christmas vibes, you know. And then the last one is A Very Murderous Christmas, and this was a collection of, I think, yeah, 10 crime stories for the festive season. So a couple of these I did enjoy, but most of them were just like, eh. I think I gave this a 2-star in the end. Did I even finish it? I either gave it like a 2-star or maybe I DNF'd, I can't remember. Yeah, for me it wasn't fun. I was expecting to get more from it, which I didn't. So yeah, that's it. Christmas ones as well, and I will get more Christmas books this year. So if you do have any books that you read around Christmas time set at Christmas, let me know, because yeah, I'm on the lookout for those. For like, I'll probably start in November. Let's be honest, I'll start reading the Christmas ones in November. But yes, that is it. That is all 13 books I have unhauled. They will be going to the charity shop. Yes, this was fun. It's fun. I know from time to time we have to unhaul books and make space for other books. I mean, the ones on my shelf, there's ones on here that I really enjoy, but yeah, I need to be more ruthless. I need to unhaul more, I need to be more proactive with that. And yeah, so yeah, thank you. Let me know, do you unhaul books? What do you do if you unhaul books? Comment, like, subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!